Hello everybody, I'm Michael from JPCS UST under academic team. Welcome to my first video tutorial under the proposed project of JPCS UST online video tutorial. This video is for trial only. I might encounter errors and misuse of knowledge. No commercial intentions, for educational purposes only. In this video, definitely I'll show you the basic DML commands. First of all, I would like to say that those chickens are not mine. And for the agenda, I'm going to show you how and where to download DB2 the basics of DB2 command line, creating and loading a script, and creating a log. Okay, let's start with downloading DB2. You could actually download the software under this address. You could pause for a while to copy this address, or you could easily just Google these tags. Once you've downloaded and installed DB2, you're going to see the directory here, there, under IBM DB2. Then the command line tools. Definitely there are other tools that you could use to develop a database system. But then I'm going to show you how to use the command window. As you could see, the default address is where your SQLite is stored. To start with, obviously you need to run the DB2 under your system. So let's start by typing DB2 start. As you can see, the database managers are already active for me. Then to show you the list of running or stored database, just press DB2 space list DB space directory. There. As you could see, there's the default database, which is the sample, and the one I created, Michael. Actually, you could create a database with this following command: db2 space create space database space the name of the database that you want. I won't illustrate it anymore because it quite took some time. So let's start with how to actually use the DML commands. As a suggestion, I would like you to use Notepad++. Okay. And you can create your work by making an SQL file. For example, just save it as sample.sql. And as you can see, when you type specific commands like connect, it shows a different color scheme rather than being a plain old white. Well, I'll close that one. I prepared a simple SQL command for you. Okay, by the way, you could actually save it as .db2 or .sql. It's up to you, because Notepad++ can actually understand the .sql command type. Okay, let's start with making comments. Comments are created by just simply using double dash, then insert the word you want to insert. There. You don't actually need to end it with double slash. Let's start with connecting to the database. Since I've created a database, Michael, the first thing you need to do in a script, you need to connect to the database. Then, basically, when you check the when you check this one by using connect to Michael, basically you would see which is the who is the actual administrator of this database. Then when you type db2 space list tables, you could see that there's no table or tables or even records in the Michael database. So let's start by creating a table in a script. So let's make a table named student. There. And the records are, the fields. No, it's the student number. And let's place some constraints that it's an integer and it must not be empty. Then the second one is the name, and the varchar is 30, meaning there are 30 allocated spaces. It refers to the memory addressing. Then it must not be null as well. Then the school and the course and the year of graduation. Then the first DML command I'm going to illustrate is the insert command. Then basically you just type insert, then into, meaning the table you want to insert the records. Then the name of the record, which is student. Then values. Then open close parentheses. Each set of records are actually enclosed in a open close parentheses. And to insert another set of records, just separate it by comma. As you can see, you don't actually need to enclose all of that in a open close parentheses. Then be sure to separate it by using a semicolon. Let's see. These are my sample records. Wherein this 007 refers to the student number. Then Michael refers to the name. The UTS refers to the school. Then the course, the ICS refers to the course. Then the year of graduation is basically it's written as 2012. Then be sure that the records that you'll insert are compatible with the records. Be sure that the records that you insert are compatible with the header or the table header that you've created. Like for example, in this student number, you could not use 007 ASD blah blah blah, and it must be an integer. And so with this one, the name must be a varchar, meaning it must be enclosed in a single quote. Well, it might actually include numbers, but you just need to enclose it in a single quote. Okay, let's start with the second DML command, which is the select. Then basically, if you want to display all of the records under the script or under the table, you just need to type select then asterisk then from the table that you would actually want to select. Then actually there are many select or select functions that you could actually select only ample of the total records. For example, this one, you want to select only those who will graduate on 2013 onwards. Basically, there's no 2012.5, so the syntax is just select space name and year of graduation. Basically, these two are the one that you want to display. Then space from, then the table name. Then this is the condition, or like the rules that you want to set, in which the only selected records will be displayed. Okay. Then the second DML command that I'm going to teach is the delete. Then basically, when you delete records, you don't need to delete the whole table. You can just delete, for example, I would like to delete Eros. All I need to do is delete space from space table name space the condition, like where student number is 085 and Eros student number is 085. Basically, this whole set of records will be deleted. Then at times you want to update the records. For example, Emmanuel, who is currently studying in DUP and decided to shift school but still with the same course, then you just need to type update space the table name space set space those you want to change, the school, the student number, and the course. Space where name is equal to Emmanuel, meaning I would like to change Emmanuel, because basically if he would change school, he might actually have different student number. Okay. Then the other one is the another select, which is I want to select those student number between 030 and 074. And basically, since I updated Emmanuel to 099, he won't be included in the list of those students between 030 and 074. Then the reason why I placed the drop statement here, meaning drop means delete. I dropped the student table here so that the next time I'm going to run this script, creating the table student won't have an error message of identical table. Oftentimes it happens. Then be sure to end the script by this simple command, which is the commit. Okay, let's try this one.